The sun's barely gone, engine scream. Monday night don't mean no dream. Dirt track prepped, clay packed tight. This town's awake for a full throttle fight. Steel and rubber, row on row. Different rides, but one thing's known. When the green flag starts to wave, only the fearless get brave. Tracks keep changing, setups too. New lines, new battles, nothing new. It's Monday Night Mayhem. Hear the thunder roar. Brought to you by Knuckleheadz Racing. Always wanting more. Cars are ready, drivers insane. Fearless under lights, born for the strain. Different cars, different tracks, same demand. Can these guys handle the changes? Hell yes they can. Hell yes they can. 1 week slick, next week rough. Short track tight, then a mile of dust. Late models, mods, sprints and flight. Every lap's a test on a Monday night. No comfort zone, no easy way. Adapt to get left in the clay. Grip disappears, lines fall apart. That's where you separate the men from the heart. It's a Monday Night Mayhem. No holding back. Knuckleheadz Racing. Putting skill to the track. Under the lights, every move is loud. Fearless drivers, knuckleheads proud. Different cars, different tracks, same demand. Can these guys handle the changes? Hell yes they can. Broadcast live, calling every slide. Is Bob the man from down under, right by our side. Every pass, every bump, every stand, bringing the action coast to coast, lap by lap. When the groove fades and the cushion's gone, Knuckleheadz drivers just digging strong. It's a Monday Night Mayhem. Last lap stand. Engines wide open. Dirt on demand. Brought by Knuckleheadz, built for the test. Different rides, different tracks, still the best. Can they handle the changes? The chaos, the flame. Hell yes they can.
All right, BobbethTV is alive, and you know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Today we are heading to Weedsport, USA for the Knuckleheadz iRacing Elite YOTA OUTLAWZ Late Model Series. It's going to be limited late models here at Weedsport Speedway. As we get our info up on our screen, there we go. Thank you, screen, for catching up with me. Currently have 15 drivers registered for today's race. We'll get down to the track and we'll have a look and see who we've got, who's got quick time. Chad Puttable, 14.169. New dad, John Bennett, 14.215 in second. Quickest with Kent McLean, teammate, 14.217. Mike Butler there in fourth for 14.248. YOTA OUTLAWZ driver. Travis McDonald in fifth. We've got Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, Mikey Mixter, Brian Angel, and Chris Standridge, 6 to 10. Cole Gilbert, Bryce Freeze, Tom Land, Brett Vanderwood, and Matthew Land will round out our 11 to 15 car field. Looks like 3 heats of 5 here today as Tom blasts the infield wall, gets shot up to the outside. Here comes Michael Mad Dog Davis. So Michael did message me and said he has come up with a rap to combat Travis's rabbit chasing race car, and I'm just trying to find the right cams for it. Let's have a look. It's rabbit fizzing. Shh, I'm hunting rabbits. He's got him a FUD there. Rabbit in the cage. I think we saw something on the side of the car as well. A little Elmer Fudd at the back there. That's great, Travis. That's great, Michael. I love it. Brian Angel, thank you for the share and the like. YOTA OUTLAWZ Late Model Series practice is over. Good luck in qualifying, Brian. to you and the rest of the YOTA boys: Chris Standridge, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Butler. It was Brian Angel actually that won this last week, wasn't it? Or Mike Butler was a YOTA. I'm sure it was a YOTA guy. Let's have a look. YOTA points. There we go. No, Kent McLean last week. Josh Roberts the week before. So Kent McLean will be taking a rear of a field run in tonight's race. You see Matthew Lamb, Kent McLean, Bryce Freeze, Kyle Gilbert, Tom Land on our screens. All out on the track qualifying. Mikey Biggs to Mike Davis. This is our last race for the racing week. We're back in Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian. I'll probably have a few Twitch streams, gaming-wise, in between those. So make sure you follow BobbethTV via twitch.tv, twitch.tv/BobbethTV. Give us a follow. It's free. And you'll know when I'm live playing some of my other games. All right, Cam McLean, 15.072 is currently quick time, 15.139, as we do start to see some times coming in, but no cars on the track. There we go. 15.072 quick time, 15.139 and 15.146 the top three. 15.615 looks like to be your minimum time to achieve. It's Tom Land in 11th. All right, that looks like all 15 drivers have registered in this race. 100th of a second difference in quick time. Travis McDonald, 15.062. Kent McLean is 15.072. John Bennett, 15.127 with a 15.139 for Michael Mad Dog Davis. Mikey Mixter, 15.146 to round out our top five in qualifying. Current points leader Josh Roberts not in tonight's race, so we will have a new points champion. He does have a 1 point lead over Randy Dixon, and I believe Randy, unfortunately, also not here tonight. So Travis McDonald, if he can do well, he will take the late model points lead in the third round of our season. So just trying to clean my glasses before we flick on over to our first lot of heat races here tonight at Weedsport Speedway. There's Kyle Gilbert. His car on the screen there in the bottom left corner, driver details. He was our victor last night in the Micro Outlaw Sprints. Got to have a good chat with him. He's also an impending first-time father. And any time this week, his partner will be having a baby. So congratulations, little girl. My first was a girl, and that forever changed me. All right, qualifying is done. Racing is due to start. We have 3 races. We'll have 3 heats of 5, I believe. I can't just, yeah, 3 or 5, and a consi. So all 3 winners will go straight through to our feature round, which is 50 laps. But the remaining drivers will stick it out for a 15-lap B-main consolation race to decide their starting order. All right, heat 1 will be Travis McDonald and Michael Mad Dog Davis. How ironic that the Rabbit Chaser and the Rabbit Hunter side by side. Bryce Freeze and Cole Gilbert on that second row. Dawson Potter will be on that third and final row. Chris Andrews, good luck out there, YOTA Outlaws. Thanks for the like, brother. Oh, my throat. I think I'm coming down with something. Again. As soon as I sort of get over something else happens. Alright, Pacer's going to leave the track. We should just get out of race cams now because it's going to get a bit messy as they take off with these stupid static cams. Cedar Lake's a bit, Weedsport, sorry, a bit different. Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Cole Gilbert, Bryce Reese, Dawson Potter. That is the run. The Rabbit Hunter off to a great start on that high line. Travis Gilbert, Travis McDonald, Cole Gilbert, the 2-7. We learned that was he's part of Renville Racing. Renville is named after the USS Renville, his grandfather's naval boat. 227 was its number designation. So absolutely repping the love for Grandpa there. That's great. Travis McDonald, he is the meat in this top 3 sandwich right now. Mike Davis looking to secure pole position in our 50-lap feature run. He's got 2 to go, and he is most certainly in Wabbit season mode. That is for sure. We just now need a duck, Daffy Duck season 1 as well. Ooh, almost a bit of contact there. Actually, I think there was some contact there. Travis not able to set. He's going to fall back to 3rd. As Kyle moves his way up into 2nd. Going to keep that speed up, but looks like he's really not trying to race away from Travis there. Doesn't like to take it that way, so we'll happily let him reset and continue that battle. Looks like checkered flag, though, and the race is over. Congratulations to Michael Mad Dog, Elmer Fudd, Wabbit Season Davis, picking up the Heat 1 victory, the pole position start in the feature. Dawson Potter for KHR in 5th. Mo Diggy Mafia's Bryce Freeze in 4th. Renville Racing's Cole Gilbert 3rd. Travis McDonald 2nd. But Mo Diggy Mafia teammate Michael Mad Dog Davis will pick up the Heat 1 victory. He goes straight through to the feature race. All right, who's going to join him in that feature race? Will it be Kent McLean or Mikey Mixter? Won't be, well, it could be Kent, but he'll go to the rear field if he does. Kent McCain or Mikey Mixter in that front row. Teammates Chris Stanridge or Brett Vanderwood on that 2nd row. Matthew Land on that 3rd and final row. My name's recalling's not that great today, apparently. Right, pace trucker will leave the track. We'll get this one underway. Boys are coming through 3 and 4. There goes the pace truck. Barney with the green flag ready to go. That red light will flash in a moment. The boys will fire. Off we go. McLean certainly no slouch down low, so that takeoff really going to suit his racing style. As he gets up to a great lead over Mikey Mixter, Chris Standridge, Matthew Land and Brett Vanderwood. Just follow the leader this one. Top 3 pretty much split out a bit. Matthew Lander, sorry, Brett Vanderwood, they seem to be battling it out a little bit back at the rear of field there. Matt was making a move on Brent. You don't get much more American than that race car, do you? Holy cow. Murica. Oh, yeah. Kids listening, I've got to remember that there's nephews and nieces and cousins that sometimes sneak in and watch this, so I should watch my language. Sorry, crew. Plumbing 75 coming around for the last time. Out of 4 will secure the pole position start, but no, he won't. The outside pole position start actually, Bob, because he will go rear of field in this race. So that will mean the winner of the B-main might actually get the front row start here. Ooh, if my calculations are possibly somewhat close. All right, Motor International's Matthew Land in 5th. YOTA Outlaws picked up the 4th and 3rd spots with Brett Vanderwood and Chris Standridge respectively. Bottom feeder Speedco's Mikey Mixter got 2nd, with Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean scoring the Heat 2 victory. Heat 3. Who's going to jump straight through to the feature race and join them? Will it be John Bennett or Chad Puttable? Will it be Mike Butler, Brian Angel, Tom Land on that final row? Let's watch our last heat race for the week play out. All right, last heat for the night. 2 more races still to come in form of a B-main 15 lap and then our 50 lap feature race here tonight. We're battling it a little bit there. John seemed to have got that mini slider liner running, got himself up that high line. Is that going to be the advantageous run? Or has he just given Chad a run down low? He does have Brian Angel for YOTA Outlaws back there behind him, as well as Mike Butler, YOTA Outlaws teammate. 4 YOTA Outlaws drivers in the YOTA Outlaws late model series here tonight. They represent. Contact there from Mike Butler, Tom Land. as John Bennett starts to break away a little bit. 0.3 of a second from Brian Angel. Brian Angel right there, though. Only going to take a small slip up from John Bennett. Let's get up to our race leader. Keep an eye on that. Oh, Jesus. Blinked out just as he hit that wall, came back absolutely ricocheting across the track. Wow, John. All right, Heat 3's results. YOTA Outlaws Mike Butler in 5th, Motor International's Tom Land 4th, Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 3rd, YOTA Outlaws Brian Angel in 2nd, Triple Groove Racing's John Bennett will go straight through to our feature race. So this will be our 15-lap Consi. Wherever they finish is how they'll start. It will be Travis McDonald, Mikey Mixter on the front row. Brian Angel, Cole Gilbert, 2nd row. Chris Stanridge and Chad Puttable, 3rd row. Bryce Freeze and Brett Vanderwood on that 4th row. Tom Landon Dawson, Hiccups Potter on that 5th row. Matthew Land and Mike Butler on that 6th row. Oh, about to get started. I don't even have our race screen ready to go. Just in time. Mike Mixter, Travis McDonald, Cole Gilbert, Brian Angel, Chad Puttable, Chris Stanridge, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, Dawson Potter, Tom Land, Matthew Landon, Mike Butler as they get this 15-lap B main underway. First caution is out. Looks like it was the 20, Chad Puttable. Let's have a quick look at that. Well, actually, before we do that, though. Chad just up into the wall. See, the track favourite got the pole. Yeah, Mad Dog pole position, new paint. So I feel like he's motivated. He's got the rabbit hunting season paint on.
Fuck yeah, it will too.
I'll show you straight off the track.
Hello, Bob.
Hey,
Cussing on the stream, that's dreadful, heckin' bad.
right? You caught me, Bob.
No, look, I've just popped in. I just heard that earlier tonight there was a really formal professional drivers meeting, and I was just wondering if Mike Butler could just give us a bit of a reenactment really quickly for the fans watching at home.
I'm laughing.
Butler Katie's laughing.
Just while we're at the
We're in trouble now. Mikey's back there laughing.
So we'll check back in, and we'll check back in the feature. We don't want to put too much pressure on you while you're in the B, mate. We'll let you get ready to race, but we'll check back in with you in a few laps. Hey, good luck, guys. Yeah. Guys are getting fancy with those paints, some good looking cars out there. There are, Tina. Yeah, there are. The 75 not in this race. Mike Davis, Mike's car, the Rabbit Season 1 on the FUD. Love it. The YOTA Outlaws guys, they just always look unique, but team, like you can tell they're a part of the team. Matthew Land, that is American as heck. That race car with the flag and the eagle on it and stuff as we get lap 6 of 15 underway. Just 10 more laps in the B main before our 50-lap feature race. Oh, we are pretty hectic up the front there. Kyle Gilbert quite quick in that late model. Looks like Mikey Mixter having to really hold that run. No mistakes whatsoever. Travis McDonald in our race lead. Mikey moves up a little bit. Then that's Kyle Gilbert we're riding along with right now. He's moved into second. Mikey's fallen back to third. Maybe fourth now with Brian Angel pushing him up the track a little bit as they both come through with that mini slider line. Kyle Gilbert, Brian Angel, the action still up this top 3 spot with about 5 to go in this B main race for the YOTA Outlaws limited late model series, limited late models here at Weedsport. Oh, Kyle Gilbert and Brian Angel both getting a little high in that run, so neither one of them sort of helping the other in any way. Basically cancel each other's efforts out. Still Travis McDonald, Kyle Gilbert, Brian Angel, Mike Houston, Brett Vanderwood for 5. No, Chris Dandridge and Brett Vanderwood battling it out. Teammates, Chris moves into 5. Mike Butler, Brett Vanderwood. YOTA Outlaws have 5th, 6th and 7th right now. Tom Landon, Dawson Potter, 8th and 9th. Matthew Land and Bryce Frears, 10th and 11th. Unfortunately, something's happened with Chad Puttable, and he is in the pits, has been for about 11 laps, so something very early in the cons. He took him out. He'll start at the end of the line with Ken McLean in the feature race. But I feel like Travis McDonald, he's going to start alongside Michael Mad Dog Davis. And if he does, white flag lap, then that is brilliant considering the rap story that we've got. Michael Davis is, oh no, Matthew Lance, look, front right is gone. Front left, sorry, and that caused him to get in the way of the lap traffic. He wasn't able to avoid it. And the boys tried to go up high, but the car pushing up high because of that no tyre. Kyle Gilbert is going to sneak through and take a victory. Chad Puttable, Dirt Warrior Racing in 20th. Motor International's Matthew Land in 11th. Mo Diggy Murphy's Bryce Freeze 10th. KHR's Dawson Potter 9th with Motorwear International's Tom Land in 8th. YOTA Outlaws 7th, 6th and 5th. Brett Vanderwood, Mike Butler, Chris Standridge are those drivers. Teammate Brian Angel up there in second, but between those guys, Mikey Mixed for Bottom Feeder Speed Co. in 4th, Travis McDonald 3rd, of course, Brian Angel 2nd, and Renville Racing's Kyle Gilbert picked up the win in the B main. Our grid for the feature, as I say, Kent McLean, he was our winner last week, so he will go to the back. And our grid will actually be Mike Davis and Kyle Gilbert on that front row, John Bennett and Travis McDonald, 2nd row. Brian Angel and Chris Dandridge, 3rd row. Mikey Mishra and Brett Vanderwood, 4th row. 5th row will be Mike Butler and Dawson Potter. Tom Land on that 6th row alongside, let's see here, Matthew Land, father and son on that 6th row. 7th row is going to be Bryce Freeze and Chad Puttable. And then Ken McLean on that final row. 50 laps, Weedsport Speedway. Oh, what a legendary name, Bob. Bob Bennett has followed. Thank you for the follow, Bob. Let us know who you're here to watch. I'm assuming John. I'm going to assume John. I was talking about Travis in the B main. But yeah, look at that front row. Let's have a look at this. Front row, right alongside Travis, the self-proclaimed rabbit chaser, is Elmer Fudd, and it is rabbit season. Michael Mad Dog Davis making it known to Travis that Elmer is not putting up with it anymore. Thank you also for the like, Bob. Appreciate you checking it out. John Bennett getting a little bit loose there. Speaking of Bennett's, he's down a low, sort of running that fourth spot. Chris Dandridge up above him. He does have Michael Mad Dog Davis ahead. Looks like Kyle Gilbert is generating that high line run, along with Travis McDonald as Mike Mad Dog Davis falls back to third relative-wise. Oh, Chris gets put up into the wall. Not enough to stop him there. Oh, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, that front right is gone. Lap 3 caution, Chris Dandridge, our first victim. All right, Patrick's going to leave. It's going to be Kyle Gilbert, Travis McDonald, John Bennett, Mike Davis, Brett Vanwood, Brian Angel, Dawson Point, Mike Mr. Tom Land, Mike Butler, Matthew Landon, Chad Puttable, Cam McLean, and Bryce Bridges and Chris Dandridge just getting out of the pit exit as the boys fire. He will be on the lead lap, it looks like, so just got to get himself back into this race. As Travis McDonald resumes our race lead with Kyle Gilbert second, John Bennett third, Mike Davis and Brian Angel fourth and fifth. With Dawson, Potter, Tom Land, Mikey Mixter, Mike Butler to 10. Very tightly packed at the moment, getting up to similar race speeds very quickly. No one able to really sort of gain an advantage. Top five have sort of broke away from the middle five. Just on the track map, Chris Dandridge easily getting past Matthew Land. So Matthew having some troubles there. Chris is a lap down, so looking to get away around if there's another caution, and there it is. Looks like this one, Tom Land from Motorway International. Let's have a look and see what happens. There he is there, the red 91 machine. On the side of the 8 car. On Brett Vanwood. Oh, hits the wall though. It just seems to be spinning. No, bot got through the bot checker. We're going to get this one back underway in just a moment. Our latest caution. Cole Gilbert front row, second John Bennett, Brian Angel, third row Dawson and Mike, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, fourth row Mikey Mitchell and Brett Vanwood, fifth row will be Chad Puttable and Mike Butler, Ken McLean and Bryce Freeze on that sixth row, Chris Standridge and Tom Land on that seventh row, Matthew Land still in the pits, so just 14 cars, 7 rows as we get this one back. Oh, he comes underway, lap 8 of 50 as it rolls back. Race button, but there we go. There it is. Cole Gilbert off to our race lead off that race start. Trust on John Bennett will be batting for second and third. Brian Angel and Dawson Potter also getting amongst that. Cole Gilbert, our B-main Victor, has made his way into the feature race lead. Brian Angel, John Bennett, Dawson Potter, the 5, 6 to 10, Mike Davis, Brett Vanwood, Mike Mitchell, Mike Butler, Chad Puttable, 11 to 15, and McLean, Tom Land, Bryce Freeze, and Matthew Land. Dawson up in the wall, that might give Mike a bit of a run on top 5 there. It does. Runs that mini slide line up in front of Dawson. Dawson, no room to really cut under and keep that run alive, so Dawson will fall back to 6th. Mikey mixed it behind him in 7th, but Mike Davis, Michael Mad Dog Davis will lock in a top 5 run here. Dust and mud and clay getting kicked up as this track starts to slick, and the boys just look for any sort of bite, any traction. Land lap traffic, you can see on the track map, the top 4 have broken away and are coming up on him. Looks like the YOTA Outlaws Brett Vanderwood in that one, so let's have a look. The orange 8 machine. So 44 getting a little bit into the rear. Try to check up to sort of get off the rear, but unfortunately, just the way the car was turning and slowing down, he wasn't able to get that car off of him. Alright, we'll just reset back up the front, and I'm just going to grab a refill on my water with just one moment, folks. I've been on mute that whole freaking time. Not a Bob broadcast if he doesn't do it. But yeah, we're currently riding along in the cockpit of Mikey Mixter. Just haven't done this in a while, and I love when all the clay and the dirt and the dust is just kicking up. It's just such a good visual. So that's why we've sort of gone with an extended run of this camera, just because, yeah, it's actually 20 laps remain. Sorry, just had to go quiet for a second there. Deal with the Lindsay household. Oh, I almost fell into my chair as well. Cole Gilbert, still our race leader, is coming up on Bryce Free's lap traffic. Let's see on the track map how he handles that. Oh, you bastard. You bastard. Who was that? Who was it? Who was it? Devour a worm. Welcome in, brother. Scared the crap out of me. Haven't had one of those in a week or two. And that equates to like 10 broadcasts, 10 streams. Oh my gosh. Cole Gilbert, our race leader. Bryce Free's just back there behind him. He is a lap traffic. Travis McDonald is second place for 12 seconds. I was going to say 1.2 seconds. You certainly did. In fact, I feel like oh, that didn't play very well. Whoa. Let's get back to our channel cams. You did get me pretty fast. Coming up on the final 10 laps almost of this limited late model race here. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's last race of the racing week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night American, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings Australian, depending on the time zone you choose to use. This one is the YOTA Outlaws Late Model Series. It is Super, Pro, and Limited Late Models alternating each week. This week it is Limited Late Models here at Weedsport. Next week we'll be back to the Super Late Models, the high-charged, super-powered versions. Alright, looks like just near the track map, I'm just trying to work out, I think it's the 091 of Matthew Lamb. That sort of looks like he held up Kyle Gilbert a little bit. Travis McDonald's been able to cut that gap from 1.2 to about half a second. Presume that first and second place battle. Ken McLean in third, teammate John Bennett fourth, with Mike Butler currently fifth. Digit laps remain. That's a good green flag for lap runs. So we have with Bryce Freeze there. Or maybe he was just leaving the kids. But caution has been called, but nothing on the telemetry. Oh no, there it is. There it is, Bryce. The set and the car got a little wide in the slick and got it down into the infield pit area. Alright, will this be our last caution, our last green flag run to the checkered flag? Can Kyle Gilbert hold on? It'll almost certainly be a single file restart, so no advantage given to Travis. He will start behind Kyle. Kyle Gilbert pending at first time at Dad So we don't have him for much longer. So let's hope he can rack up as many wins as he can. Well, we do have him. Entertaining driver. Looks like Travis has a new person to battle outside of that man right behind him, Ken McLean, as well. Right, so before restart, off we go. Let's 7 laps. Oh, God. Kyle, what was that? That was a big, big slide up through the turns. That's given Travis a bit of a low run down there. It is quite slick, and it's not going to give him much bite on exit, so Kyle not too much in trouble there, but it did give him a sniff. That's all Travis needs to try and find an opportunity. Excuse me. Davis just back outside that top 5. To go. Oh, Travis has got the race lead. All right, we're going to get up to the lead. We're going to watch from the lead up here. Watch these two battle out. Not these two. Not the 20 and the 99. Well, that would be a good battle. Get up to the leaders. God's sakes, Travis McDonald has somehow taken the race lead. We missed it because we didn't get there soon enough. Ken McLean has managed to move up into second. Wanted to go back and watch that pass. Cole Gilbert, unfortunately, back in 3rd place, has been running a mean race. That is unfortunate. Our last lap for the racing week for the night. Travis McDonald will take the checkered flag. Ken McLean 2nd. Cole Gilbert unofficially 3rd. We'll get the official results on our screen in a moment. All right, our 15 car field. Bryce Freeze in 15th for Motor Mafia. YOTA Outlaws, Brian Angel in 14th. Motorwear International with Matthew Land in 13th. YOTA Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood at 12th with KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 11th. The top 10 spot was taken out by Motorwear International with Tom Land. Chris Standridge for YOTA Outlaws in 9th. Bottom feeder Speedco's Mikey Mixter 8th. 7th for Michael Mad Dog Davis and Mo Digging Mafia. Loved that rap, brother. That was a great. Katie McDonald in the chat. McDonald Racing. It's got to be. It's a good. It's good feeling. Good feeling. It's got to be. Where did we get to? Mikey Mixter, bottom feeder Speedco was 8th. Mike Davis was 7th. Chad Putterbolt Dirt Warrior Racing in 6th. Our top 5. Mike Butler for YOTA Outlaws was the best YOTA's driver here tonight. Triple Groove Racing's John Bennett took out the 4th spot. Renville Racing's Cole Gilbert led the majority of this race. Unlucky finishing in 3rd. Triple Groove Racing's Ken McLean in 2nd. But Travis McDonald takes the victory. And should, if I remember the points correctly, that should help him out a bit. Yeah, no Randy or Josh Roberts here tonight. He's only 5 points off the lead. Travis McDonald will be our new late model points champion leader. All right, let's get the interview stuff on our screens, and we'll get him in the booth. All right, now we will just warn you, Travis, we are live on the air, so if we just don't drop any swear words. No.
Told me earlier.
That was funny. That whole situation, I just love it. I love being able to just drop into that chat. and not have any clue what's going on, and just know that it doesn't matter what it is. It's just it's going to be hilarious. It just, yeah, obviously we didn't get Mike Butler's reenactment of the drivers meeting, but I was assured by another driver who will remain. We'll keep him anonymous. We'll call him C Standridge. No, that's too obvious. We'll call him Chris S. Messaged me and said, yeah, give him a bit of grief about it. So I thought, yeah, why not? That'd be a bit fun during a caution. And yeah, it sounded like you all enjoyed it. So whatever he did, obviously must have been funny enough that the recall was a good
Oh, it
joke.
was. I didn't even get to hear it all, and I heard bits and pieces, and everybody just busted out laughing. I was like, "Oh Lord, what did I miss?"
Now, a couple of stories in the racing tonight. One man came out guns, arms swinging, guns firing, and that was Michael Mad Dog Davis. He made it known before the race that it was Wabbit
He was
season.
shooting rabbit.
He was. If you're going to chase him, he's going to shoot him. And yeah, geez, qualifying in the heat race, getting that pole position start in the feature, but starting alongside you in that heat race, I thought this is poetic. This is awesome. Kent McLean secures the Heat 3 victory, which pushes you through via the B main into that spot again to sort of renew that battle. And I was just like, this is going to be awesome. Like, yeah, because my crowd favourite, he is, I think, since Dawson's managed to pick up a few wins, that crowd favourite, that underdog tag, has moved over to Mike Davis. He is due a big finish very soon, and it's just a matter of time. And I thought tonight he's giving himself plenty of opportunities at the end of last season and at the start of this season, so it won't be far away. But then I don't know what it is with you and guys that start with the letter K, but you've been battling Kent pretty much forever, and now Kyle Gilbert comes in, and
Oh yeah.
it's like the K sandwich for most of that race. It went Kyle, Travis, Kent. It's going to be a bit nerve-wracking. You got to try and hold off a guy that you know that if you make a mistake, he's going to jump on you, and also race this other guy who has just settled in so well, has a great mindset in terms of how he wants to get passes and things like that. I think there was even a bit of an issue with you guys where he didn't really check up, but slowed down that race speed enough so that you guys could get side by side and just let fate take its course, and you were able to sort of get back in front of him and keep racing. But on one hand, it's going to be a bit frustrating knowing that the talent is just getting so much better, that these races are so much harder. But on the other side, what a result.
Oh yeah. They have gotten a lot closer, a lot better for sure.
We're seeing the feature race, or the Consi was a good example, but the feature race as well. We often see it only takes a few laps for you guys to get up to your individual race speeds. They are quite similar. We saw that, I think it was like, 16 or 15.1 to 16 or 15.7 was the qualifying difference. So only 0.6 of a second, but a lot of that, like, especially like going single file, I think was the best thing for the race, because the races would start and just whoever you were alongside, you were racing them for laps, side by side by side by side. There was just no give. No one car could move forward in a battle or concede backwards because there was two cars battling behind them or in front of them. It did look like the race speed here at Weedsport, that everyone was sort of on a very, very similar footing. Normally the track, especially turns 1 and 2, just the way it's on track map, it doesn't look too bad, but it is a little bit of a hooky turn. It's a bit of a weird one. Do you think that was a bit of an issue, guys not being able to sort of get fully up to speed? Normally you'd be up to speed coming into 1, coming out of 2, but you really sort of had to watch yourself, and really wasn't until coming out of 2 down that backstretch that you could really throttle it. What was the sort of the game plan? Was it a lot more throttle control than you thought you'd need tonight, or?
Basically, I mean, I tried to pace myself until, like lap 35 or 40. I kind of pushed hard the first, I don't know, 6 to 8 laps, because everybody was running pretty hard, and it seemed like either they were back there battling for position, and I was watching a relative, and I just try to keep an even gap between me, the front car, and second, third and fourth. Just keep that steady pace, just to try to save what tires I could. Then the turn 1 and 2 is always tricky here. I mean, I could have ran the top side. It was pretty fast if you hit it. perfect. I think the bottom was quicker if you just hit it perfect. I mean, you couldn't mess up coming into one. That's where it really got you at because it was really slick coming into one till about halfway through one and
Yeah,
two.
we can see it on the screen right
So I
now.
mean,
Perfect timing.
yeah, you can run a slider line somewhat, but if you hooked that bottom wall coming into one and rode the brake and stayed down there, you could just roll all the way around like at like quarter to half throttle and still have plenty of momentum. Actually, towards the end of the race, coming out of four was getting a little tricky. Like you had to really hug that wall, and there was that crazy bump there that would mess you up if you wasn't careful. Uh,
Yeah,
it was the toss up. I mean, if you was real good at I'd say a good driver at the bottom, a good driver at the top. It'd have been a pretty tight race. Like, you could have run neck and neck, top and bottom. It just whoever had the best throttle control would have probably come out ahead.
and we definitely saw that in the middle of the race, and you often find, and this is not a shot at anyone's driving abilities or calling anyone out, but you often find that uh, the line and the skill of throttle control sort of go hand in hand. So if you go down low, you're generally much better at throttle control than if you're up high. Let's face it, it requires a lot more throttle control
Right.
down low. Um, so yeah, it was quite interesting to see. There was a few guys, your Ken McLean's, a couple of other guys who were just really able to make that low line. So I guess use the fact that the turn one can be a bit tricky. Um, they sort of use that to work in their advantage in terms of like it's as you say, if you run it through, if you hook it, you just hold that throttle a little bit and it'll just take you around. It sort of kind of reminds me a little bit of USA. With the only difference is with USA, you can sort of cut the grass on entry and come in quite low, whereas here at Weedsport, you've got that, much like out
Right.
of four, you've got that little bump, that little ramp entry, that kind of the fake pit entrance. Um, so you've got to come in a little bit late, and as we could see with the slick in one and two coming into halfway, the only sort of benefit you were really getting is that infield wall wasn't a full solid wall all the way around. So if you did get loose, you were able to drive it off the track onto the grass and be safe. Um, but yeah, no, Weedsport track, I've not really managed to. I can race it, but it's not one I find that I enjoy or a lot of success on, or feel like, if I'm in the right car, if I'm in a street stock race, for example, that I could possibly win it. It's one of those ones that I feel like I'm about 3/4 of the way there. But watching you guys race, especially handling the lap traffic, I know there was that one small incident, I think was it Matthew Land, that sort of held you and Kyle up, and held Kyle up initially, held you up, and sort of allowed you to close that gap. Did make the race a little bit more competitive at the end there, and obviously it's not necessarily the turning point, but was sort of a moment in the race where I thought even Kent, as we were speaking of low lines and things like that, he's the sort of guy that late in a race can go down low and make that work with the throttle control. So it was sort of losing Kyle was out of the frying pan, but gaining Kent as an opponent was just into the frying pan sort of thing. It was out of the frying pan, sorry, into the fire the other way around. You sort of weren't on any better footing, but you're able to get it done, able to get the victory. That does give you, with no Josh and Randy Dixon here tonight, I believe that will give you the points lead. Um, by about 15 points actually, over them. But obviously Dawson Potter, Kent McLean, both in this race, and also scored around the similar spots on the current board, so they'll move up as well. So a lot of people contending for the YOTA Outlaws late model series. It will be supers next week at Lanier. Do we need to put any preparation in for supers, or do you feel like with the late models, it's just show up and see what practice shows you?
Dude, pretty much I show up and see what happens most usually. I think I've practiced 3 times this season here for 30 minutes maybe. I've jumped in, and me and Cody and a couple other guys jumped in and run street stocks one night for a few minutes. Then last night, actually Bryce was wanting me to help him a little bit,
Yep.
and he opened the session up, and I jumped in there, and he rode in my car and I rode in his. I was just trying to pass knowledge that I knowed on to Bryce there to try to help him out, and hopefully it paid off a little bit tonight for him. It may not have, but I hope it did. I tried to learn him a few little things to try to just to run a smoother, quicker lap.
Yep. and that's what this league's all about. We've talked about it in all the different degrees. You know, we talked about. I was talking about with Tina earlier about the quality of the paints and the fact that you've got usually with a league you have one wrap guy, and that's the guy that does the league's wrap sort of thing, or people external source out. But there's like 4 or 5, probably 7 guys that are capable and qualified to do wraps in this league, and they do share all that knowledge. And then you see the same thing with the track um, stuff. You got teams supporting other teams. It's not like I think YOTA OUTLAWZ and Dirt Warrior Racing are a good example of that with the Schuler Racing Series, with the YOTA boys having the Schuler, support logos and things like that. And then the sessions, everyone gets in, helps people out, because, you're only as good as the people you drive against. So you want them to get better so you can get better. But at the same time, it's, you'd just be as happy if any XYZ other driver was in this booth right now who got the win over you, sort of thing. And it's not like you'd be like, oh man, I should have won that race. Everyone's happy for everyone's success, and there's no sort of no ego. It's really good. I like it. You can see it on the track. It's it's really good when you see some people in the audience, and they're so used to, if they just see 2 cars come into contact, it's like, oh, that car caused that. That's dirty. And it's like, you can see it's so good to be able to go, well, no, that was, you can see here, racing deal, this guy slid up, he came down, they didn't know they were going to be there, type of thing. It's just such
Right.
a good system that you guys have got going with the racing. And like I say, Cole Gilbert, one of the newer guys into the league. We won't have him for long, obviously, impending father to his firstborn daughter soon, so we'll lose him. So hopefully he can challenge you as much as he can. I suggest Mike team up with Kyle maybe, and Mike Davis, and go rabbit hunting with him, and see how you go. But you've got a lot of people gunning for you at the moment. It's I don't know. It's nice to be popular, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I think Cody jumped in earlier on the broadcast. If I wasn't mistaken, Dad may have.
Yep. We had Cody shouting out McDonald at Racing. Don't think unless my chat is refreshed. I'm not sure with Dad, with George, but yeah, no, it's I am missing some comments actually. I'm just noticing, because I'm sure there was something else
That's
that
no
was
fun.
said. Oh, mate, the streaming. So I have the streaming software that I use. It's not great, but it's sort of because I stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. It just sort of makes that life easier. But it's not really conducive to keeping me up to date with what goes on any of those channels, so it doesn't help. But yeah, no, Cody, always a good supporter, Dad, always in the chat as well. I think we even had, I assume, I'm not going to make any assumptions directly, but Bob Bennett also joined the broadcast, followed and liked, and I assume he is here to watch John. I assume some sort of family member, possibly father or relative. But yeah,
Yeah.
still attracting crowds, and like I say at the end of every broadcast when I'm saying goodnight to the viewers, there are a number of people. I don't worry about the view count. I used to obsess over it a little bit. I don't worry about it anymore, so I can safely have it on my screen right now, so I can see there's combined 10 viewers. Now, if you look at the chat, there's usually 2 or 3 chatters, so there's always sort of 6 or 7, handful. Like if there's sometimes we get up to like the 15, 20 viewers concurrent on the channel, and there's usually about 40% of those, 50%, sometimes more, that are what we consider lurkers, people just watching the stream, and that's like your family members, cousins, nephews, those people that don't really know the channel but are just here to watch someone race.
Right.
And I love that. I love that that there's still that people come and check this out. I love that you guys share it. You're confident enough to put it out for your friends and family members to possibly come and watch as well, because sometimes I say some dumb things and I feel like I'm an idiot. So I appreciate that you guys back me like that.
It's life. It happens.
All right, my man. Well, look, congratulations. That wraps up the racing week. Sunday night, we will return US, Monday morning Australian. I know you guys have got the asphalt stuff possibly tomorrow, but best of luck with everything you do have going on in your racing week before we see you again on our screen Sunday night. And thank you for the like as well, brother. Josh Mate,
You're welcome,
Josh
Bob.
in the chat listening to us on the drive home. Thank you, Josh. Before we let you go, obviously I've been saying thanks to a lot of people. Friends, family, sponsors. We hear about them all the time, but can never hear about them enough. Who do you need to give a shout out, my man?
My lovely wife and kiddos at home made me some dinner and told me to go race. So, it's always a blessing. Anyway, we appreciate you, Bob, for broadcasting for us and stuff. We always have a good time. Show everybody all the goof ups and mess ups some of us make. So always makes a little more funner time with all of it. Then you're there when it counts. So that's a big plus for everyone to be able to jump in on so many different platforms, that helps out. And of course, my shop's always gave me the ability to afford it. Hope it continues that way. About all I can think of off the top of my head.
Very blessed we all are, which is great. We get to sort of do this awesome, I say hobby, lifestyle, whatever we want to call it. It takes a team to make it possible, especially the household as well. And I always call the wife, partner, girlfriend the unsung crew chief of the team. So no, always a big shout out to them. All right, my man, I'll let you go. You've got bragging rights for another night as you build your championship points run. McDonald Racing on top for another week.
Thank you, Bob. See you next week, man.
Thanks, mate. Bye. All right, that was a Travis McDonald. Sorry, just my phone's going stupid. I'm just shutting it up. That was Travis McDonald, our race winner. There it goes again. Our race winner, getting the job done, moving up in the championship points. I want to give a big shout out, obviously, like I say, to Brian Angel, liking and sharing the stream, Chris Downridge, Tim Brown, Bob Bennett, Modigi Mafia, Travis McDonald, especially in the chat, Josh, Tim, Cody, Devour Worm, Tim Brown, Tina Davis, and anyone else I forgot, and especially, like I say, especially the people that just watch. They just turn it on and have it on. You come along, you're watching someone race. I hope I'm getting them on the screen enough for you to enjoy what they're doing. If I'm not, please feel free to have a chat. Just pop something in the chat, just the name, or send me a private message if you don't want to. If you're not comfortable doing that, the BobbethTV channel chats are open, so you can send them that way as well. As always, if you're not following BobbethTV on Twitch, twitch.tv/BobbethTV, please go give that a follow. You can catch me playing a lot of other games, my sort of single player and co-op stuff. A's in the chat. A's in the chat for Alan. Hey, Moish. And yeah, you can come and watch me play games. Throw up. Oh, for God's sakes. Is it that one? Nope. I don't know where my cam is anymore. A's in the chat. A's in the chat. A's in the chat. All right, that's a dumb inside joke that very few people in this chat would probably know, unless you like wrestling. On that note, I'm going to bounce. Thanks for coming out, Devour. Always appreciate you, man. We will talk soon, ladies and gents. As always, my name's Bob. Love you all. Bye.